Hello, hi. Myself, Dr. P. Shivaranjani, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, handling a multimedia system for a third BCA student. So, we'll discuss about sound. The topic is power of sound. So, we'll see the definition of sound. The sound is nothing but a spoken word, voice, music, and even a noise is called as a sound. So it is a complex relationship involving the following things such as vibrating object. So when the object is being moved, or when object is being dragged, or object is being put down, it will make some kind of sound. So that is called as a noise. So that is called as a vibrating object. For example, if you have a bell and we are shaking the particular bell, that is called as the vibrating object of bell. The next one is your transmission media. So usually it is an air. And the next one is your receiver. The receiver is the one who will receive the particular sound, is called as the receiver. The human being will receive the sound by the help of their hear, and they'll also by the help of the hear what they have received, they'll be get into their memory or get into the brain to analyze what the wordings were or what kind of sound was produced by the correspondent person. Okay, so here the perceptor will be the brain. So this is about the sound. So the power of sound, something vibrates in air. Okay, so that is called as a sound. So that particular sound will be heard by the human being. For example, if we have a sound of drums, so that will be heard by the human being hears. Okay, so here the sound is nothing but the wave of pressure. Eardrums will translate this changes in waveform as a sound. So when the sound is being produced, what the ear will do in the sense, it will translate that particular waves of pressure into a waveform known as a sound. Okay, so usually the sound pressure is measured by the help of TB, that is called we call it as a dB, so that is called as decibel. Okay, so this is the one which will help you to measure your sound pressure. And in order to know what is the sound waves is also called as a waveforms. So the waveform is called as a sound waves. So the next one is the table, decibel table, which detailedly explain the various different types of sound which is being produced and their corresponding volume or the size has been depicted in the particular diagram. For example, a rocket launching will have the sound of 180 dB, and in jet engine they'll have the sound of 140 dB, and in thunder slap or air ride they'll have a 130 dB, and if in the case of your rocket concentrate, they'll have a 110 dB, and in the case of heavy truck you'll have a 90 dB. Alarm clock, it will be 80. So noise restaurant or busy in the coffee shop, you'll have a 70 dB, and in the case of your air conditioning unit, it will have 60 MB, and light traffic you'll have 50 dB, and living room you'll have a 40 dB. Library or soft whispered you'll have a 30 dB of sound effects, and in broadcasting you'll have your 20, and by using your heating tersols you'll have a sound effects of 0. So here how loud the sound is the sense it has been shown in the diagrammatic or graphical representation as such. Okay, so here you'll have a shorter sound in the raindrops at 40 dB, and where in the case of your gunshot fireworks you'll have 140. So it has been shown in the graph as an increasing order. So the next one is about some of the examples of your waveforms. So there are many instruments to produce the sound in the form of waveforms. For example, piano, pan flute, and snare drum. So this is the diagrammatic representation of how the waveform will be traveled in each and every instrument. So the next is about there are two different types of sounds can be monitored or observed, such as we called it as a pleasant sound, and another one is called as a noisy sound. The pleasant sound will have a regular wave pattern, and this pattern is repeated over and over. So that is called as, for example, if we have playing a music, so that is an example for the pleasant sound. Okay. So whereas in the case of noise, if we are hearing some murmuring sound in a class, or in a drums, when we have drums in the crowd, okay, so that will be a noise. So when you're recording that particular noise sound in the noisy images, it will have many different types of noises, which includes the human beings talking, the drum music, the car sound, the bike sound, and whatever the sound which has been audible will be considered as a noisy sound. So the noisy sound will be in the format of irregular wave format. They do not have any repeated pattern. So such thing is called as a noisy pattern, noisy sound. Whereas in the case of your pleasant sound, it will be in the format of regular wave pattern, and the pattern will be a repeated one in the case of your pleasant sound. So some of the characteristics of your sound waves. So the sound is described in two characteristics. One is called as a frequency, and another one is called as an amplitude. So the frequency is nothing but, we called it as a pitch. Amplitude is nothing but the loudness. So this diagram, we have shown the waveform of sound waves. So here the wave which is specified in horizontally is called as an wavelength, and vertically we called it as an amplitude. So first we'll see about the frequency. So the frequency is a measure of how many vibrates occurred in 1 second. So that is called as a frequency. Within a 1 second, so how many vibration has been occurred. So that will be measured by the help of your frequency. So here the frequency is being measured by the help of hertz. So it's shortly called as Hz, and directly corresponding to the pitch of the sound. So most frequent vibration occurs the higher pitch of the sound. So there are two different types of pitch of sound. One is called as low pitch, and another one is called as high pitch. So that is what shown in the diagram. So here the first diagram gives the example for the low pitch, and the second diagram shows the high pitch. So the low pitch will contain a frequency of low frequency of vibrations, whereas in the case of your higher pitch, you will have the higher frequency of the waveforms. So optimally, the human being can hear 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz or 20,000 kilohertz of sound from the surroundings. So that is the capability of the human being here can hear the sound noise. So the sound noise is, if the sound noise is below 20 hertz, it is called as infrasonic sound, and if it is above 20 kilohertz, it is called as an ultrasonic. So that's what when you're scanning the human being part, they'll make a sound called, they'll have a concept called as ultrasonic sound, infrasonic sound, right? So if it is above 120 above 20 kilohertz, then they say that it is ultrasonic. If it is below 20 hertz, it is called as an infrasonic sound. So this is about the frequency, and the next is about amplitude. So amplitude is the maximum displacement of the waveform and equilibrium positions. So the louder a sound, the more energy it has. This means that loudness has the largest amplitude. So if you have a larger sound, then the loudness, the sound of the sound amplitude will be the larger. Okay, so here the amplitude release how the sound how loud the sound is. So in order to measure the loudness or the pitchness of the particular sound, we'll make use of a concept called as the amplitude. So here we also have a lower level amplitude as well as the higher level amplitude. So here the lower level amplitude will be in a lower form, and the higher level altitude will be in the lower form. So the lower level amplitude will be in the case of your quiet thing will be called as a lower amplitude, and if it is a higher amplitude, it means that you are in louder space, or you have a high pitch of sounds. So this is the diagrammatic representation which shows the characteristics of your sound waves. So here, if you have considered a wave from one point to another point, you'll have an amplitude and the wavelength, and also one cycle. So that cycle will contain the combination of your amplitude and your wavelength and also your frequency. So all the thing is called as a one cycle. So this is the characteristics of the sound wave. So the next is power of your sound. So audio in Macintosh and Windows is also possible. So both this Macintosh and Windows PC platform has a default sound system. In the case of your Macintosh, they'll make use of Chew Toy, Glass, Indigo, Launch, Simple B for the sound effects. And in the case of your Windows PC, they'll make use of Ding waves, Chim waves, log off waves, start waves for Windows PCs. So next is basically there are some recording software for both Windows as well as for Macintosh, which will helpful for recording your sound effects of the particular sound. So next one is your audio recording software. So this you have two different types of diagram. The first diagram explains the representation for the Macintosh, and the second one represents for the Windows system. The sound record for the Windows, they'll have a parse, a forward, backward, play and all. Whereas in the case of your Macintosh, they'll have only parse, stop, play and recording. Okay. So this is the difference and the different format of your recording your sound effects. So this basically this application should require record your own sound. You can edit or you can mix your wave files. You can simply splice and assemble the sound. You can increase the volume or the speed of the wave files, and you can also reverse the sound, and you can also add echoes effects, and you can also use some XP version also provided for the wave to make conversions from wave to an MP3 conversion format also. So this is about some of the audio recording softwares. So defaultly the next is about the system consists of the sound recordings option, so which has been available in accessories. So inside the accessories option, you can go for entertainment. There you'll have a sound recording option. So this will help you to record the sound of the particular thing you need to record of your own. So this is an example for the Windows application. So the next is about basic sound recorder. So here you have to select the option in the available, which has been available in accessory, entertainment and sound recorder. So it will open the box, a dialog box with the options such as recorder options, playing options, forward and backward options. So here you can start recording your sound, and you can parse the particular sound if you have some distractions, and you can also store the particular recorded sound, and you can also play the particular record sound, and you can also have some kind of basic effects can also be added, such as you can increase your volume, you can decrease your volume, or you can increase the speed of the particular sound, or you can decrease the sound, and you can also add some kind of echoes also to the particular one, and you can also reverse the particular sound effects. So whatever thing you needed, you can done by the help of your basic sound recorder. So next one is converting. Usually the recorded sound will be in the format of analog format. So analog format is nothing but one which will in the form of waveforms. And if you want to make that particular waveform into a digitalized one or electronic signals, the one is called as a digital audio. So here, if it is an electronical signal, we call that particular audio as a digital audio. So that carries the informations of sound in the format of continuous fluctuation voltage values. So non-digital tapes or your audio recording tape of sound. So the digitalizing is the process of converting an analog signal to a digitalized one. So digitalizing is nothing but it's a process of converting an analog signal to a digital signal is called as an digitalizing process. So the next one is the sound is recorded by making a measurement of amplitude of sound at regular intervals which are defined by sample rates. The action of taking measurements is often called as sampling, and each measurement is called as a sample points. So next one is how to capture and playback of your digital audios. So you can use some kind of your air pressure variations, and you can also make use of your captured microphones, and you can also use some kind of converters to convert your analog signal to digital signals, and that will help you to make a digital audios. So next one is your recording audio files. So recording audio files on your PC, the user should have three things. The first one is your microphones. So the microphones which will help you to connect it to your system. So that will consist of your microphone ports, and you can record the particular sound effect by using your sound recorder. And the next thing is you needed a CD-ROM drive. So this will help you to store your music from CD drive or to your hard disk. And you can also have play the CD, and you can then record using your sound records. So this is also possible in the case of your CD-ROM drivers. And the third thing is a line in. So this pressing play on the audio source which connected to the computer audio line in socket, recording using your sound recorder. So this is the some of the recording instrument which will helpful to record your sound effects. So the next one is your digital audio. The digital audio data is the representation of sound stored in the forms of sample format. They'll have the quality of digital recording depends upon the sample rate, that is the number of the sample point taken per second. That is, it will be measured by the help of hertz. So here we'll take a waveform. So that waveform will have two different types of sample rate, that is your low sample rate and high sample rate. So the low sample rates specify that you have a low quality of sound effects, and if you have a high sample rate, it means that it has a high quality of sound effects. So here you can make this high quality sample rate as a digital form, so that the digital audio effect will be very effective one. So the next one is your digital sampling. So here each and every stages the digital waveform or the digital signals is being taken, and it will it will take the frequency and its amplitude value, and it will fine tune the particular sampling rate of the particular waveforms. So next is your digital audio. So there are three different types of sampling frequencies been often used in your multimedia system, such as 44.1 44.1 kHz, 22.05 kHz and 11.025 kHz. So these are the three sampling frequency which has been used in your multimedia system. So the higher the sampling rate, the more measurement are taken. So it provides a better quality. If you have a lower sampling rate, then they have the lesser measurements taken. So it means that they have a low quality of sampling. So the quality factors for digital audio is being measured by the help of your sampling rate and sampling size. So it's nothing but the number of bits used to record the value of your sample in your digital signals. So you'll have an option called as a sampling rate and sampling size. So you can alter the sample size and sample rate in order to provide a high quality digital sound effects. So other than that, the digital audio should also depend upon the quality of your original audio source and the quality of your capturing devices and supporting hardwares. The next is characteristics used for capturing your sound effects. The next is capability of playback environment. So the more advanced digital audio editing software, one of the most powerful and professional PC based package, they'll make use of a sound recorder software called as Sound 4H. So this is the one which will help you to make a digital audio editing software which will help you to provide a digitalized sound effects. And there is also some other audio editing software such as Cool Edit Pro, Goldwave, Pro Sonic Vortex, Samplitude Studio. So these are some of the software editing, sound effecting softwares which is used for your digital audios. So that's it. Thank you all. Thank you.